Welcome in, everybody. We are live with episode 42 of Pick Our Brains. Max will hopefully be here in a minute. I sent him a link to the show, so hopefully he's going to be hopping in here in a minute.
In a minute. In a minute.
We are live.
Of course, we're live.
It's 4:31. I wasn't going to
Ladies and
wait.
gentlemen, it's 5:31 Eastern Standard Time, and here is your song by the Mr. John Henley, The Boys
Can
of
you,
Summer.
can you not? I'm already demonetized, but can you not get me double demonetized, please? Come on, man.
No lyrics, no lyrics.
I'm trying to get remonetized here.
No
Hopefully,
lyrics, no lyrics.
hopefully in the next month. I need to get my watch numbers back up, my hours back up, and then we're gonna attempt to get remonetized. In which case, we'll be making dollars upon dollars in ad revenue. So that's very exciting.
I'm sorry about my tardiness. As I ended my show, my Instacart came.
Oh, okay,
So,
perfect.
you know how that works out.
I know there's always
When
some.
you live alone.
And Donnelly in the chat with the hand wave.
And
Oh,
we
wait,
are
yeah.
not yet sponsored by Synergy, but one day maybe we'll be sponsored by Synergy. Golden Pineapple Kabusha.
Okay, what's
Probiotics, everybody.
what's
Probiotics.
the number one ingredient? Pineapple juice?
Probiotics, baby. Probiotics.
Okay, read what's the number one ingredient in there? Is it pineapple juice or is it apple juice?
It's a probiotic pineapple juice.
Okay, can you read it off the label though?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Welcome in, everybody. We're gonna talk about books here in a minute after we figure out what is in Max's special juice. Yes, Synergy.
It's not fun. It doesn't taste that good. People will tell you that.
Oh, well, what's the ingredients?
It's it's honey and pineapple, but it's probiotic. It's for my health.
Why don't you want to read the ingredients? I just want to know what the first couple ingredients are. I'm guessing apple juice. I can't read that. Can you read it?
No. You don't get the win today.
Okay,
what is
Max.
The title of our show today, Kent, that you didn't remember and write down?
Episode 42, Kent is raising the bar.
Oh, I don't believe that's what it was, but that's okay.
No, I have no idea what you said. And whenever you tell me to write something down, I say, how about you write it down and you remember where you wrote it down? And
I hope everybody sees what's going on here.
And then Max calls us and is surprised when I didn't write it down.
I hope everybody sees how you treat me.
Well, welcome everybody. What do you guys want to talk about? Feel free to put your book and book selling related questions in the chat. Is there anything cool, new, and interesting going on with eBay?
It's been busy, busy, busy. Well, I know that last week we spoke about the experiment, the crow experiment I ran for our paper golders. And I think we do need to add that we've had a nearly 100% positive experiences from our other paper golders who ran close to, if not the same experiment I ran for about 90 days. And I'm just so excited to see their numbers jumping up. And you and I both agree this is not a long-term answer, but a Band-Aid solution. It could be a solution for 6 months, maybe a year, but I think it's going to have to change in due time. But for those of you that do not know, and this is your first time here, I ran a 90-day experiment with eBay's promoted listings. I went from 10% to 6% to 8%, and just did a real good experimentation with new stock, all stock, and older stock, and my numbers, for lack of a better term, skyrocketed, literally skyrocketed, and still skyrocketing. And I shared everything 2 weeks ago with the paper golders on the Zoom call.
Yeah, you went to not reaching your $1,000 goal every day before promoted listings to now you're reaching it easily. Sometimes by like noon, you're reaching that number.
Yeah.
And you could probably at some point in the near future raise your $1,000 goal to 1,200, I think, and even hit that most of the time.
Well, in the last 30 days in the last month of August, I had 8 days of over $2,000 on eBay. So
Yeah.
to have almost 1/3 of your days at 2,000 or more, it's a little mind bending. It's a little mind bending, to be honest with you.
Hmm. Yep. We have a great question in the chat. Mr. R. Turner, Rare Books USA says, "Do you ever see yourself doing buy it now, Kent, with you adjusting things a bit?" Well, you
Good.
know, there's a few things going on with my eBay auctions right now. My sale prices are good. They're good. The good stuff is doing very well. The average stuff's doing good. The cheap stuff's not doing great. But I'm finding that even good books now on my eBay auctions, um, like some of them that end here in a few days and they only have like 10 or 11 views, which I've never experienced such little views on my eBay auctions ever. And I think one of my strategy is like right now I have 120 book auctions that end Thursday night. And I think they used to get a lot of cross promotion. Someone would click on one of my listings and then they'd scroll through my list of 100 listings and click on a bunch of them that they're interested. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why some of my listings are getting 10 views on a 10-day auction. That seems crazy. I dabbled in promoted listings a couple months ago. I did 3% on all my auctions, and it got me a couple extra views on some listings. I think the highest was like 10 on a popular listing. It got me 10 clicks through promoted. So a few percent isn't doing much at all for you. It's getting you a few extra clicks, but not much.
Right.
The I'm going to attempt to promote a few of the listings at 10% and see what happens, see if it gets me some more traffic. But eBay sucks. I'm not impressed with eBay right
Well,
now.
okay, okay. Slow down there, cowboy. And I don't mean SDR cowboy.
No.
Let since Art Turner is here, this is a good little springboard. You and I have both had very good success. You most recently with static listings on Whatnot. And I say that because Art Turner bought a static listing from me today.
Yeah.
And I don't think you and I are ready to claim Whatnot static listings, the new free for all that's going to make everybody a lot of money. But I do see that there's a lot of room to grow in the static listings of Whatnot. And in the past 3 months, I put a little bit of energy in there, and I may be pursuing a little bit more energy and cross posting the eBay listings to the Whatnot static listings and
Yeah, yeah,
combining those two platforms.
that's probably a good idea. To answer your question though, I don't at this point I don't see myself. Right now I only have about 25 buy it now listings on eBay, and they're all higher end, kind of like $100 plus items. So I will probably continue to occasionally list some higher end stuff on eBay, some really high end stuff, but I don't know if I'll mess with anything under 50 bucks. Though I will say and again on Whatnot. I have some new books that I have duplicates of, so those are nice and easy. If one sells, I can just duplicate the listing with just a few clicks. Um, I did, and I think one of the cool things about Whatnot static listings is if you have 50 people watching your Whatnot show, or even 20 or 30, you
Mhm.
can tell them, "Hey guys, go check out my Buy It Nows." You can promote your Buy It Nows while you're live, and over the course of a couple hour show, you can promote it to a couple hundred people, and I'm selling a few static listings every week, but the other night, last night actually, I had my second Whatnot show last night, um, and one of my customers after the show went and bought 4 or 5 books, and sent me a $20 tip. I was kind of in shock with this new buyer that I reached out to them and asked. I thanked him and um, asked them how they found out about Whatnot, and they were on Facebook, and they must have saw a video about Whatnot, and they went to Whatnot to buy tools, and somehow they ended up in the book category and found my show, and it's kind of crazy. They spent $800 at my auction, then they spent a couple hundred afterwards, and then they tipped me, and I'm like, there's no other platform where someone is going to be so generous and give you extra money. But Whatnot is such like a cool, fun place, and they get to hear your voice, and sometimes they get to see the person selling, and I think that makes them like us and like our personalities and want to bid on our stuff and buy our stuff and even tip us. What do you think?
You've gotten more tips than I've got. The only time I get tips is when I do a Faith Farm show and the money goes to Faith Farm.
Yeah. Well, I use the money to give
You
books
did.
to kids.
You did that last week, actually. You did that last week or a couple
Yes, sir.
days
I
ago.
even I don't remember. A couple days ago, I think I gave away like $30 worth of books at the store. Joy has a question in the chat. She says, do you sell international on eBay? Do you want to explain that?
100%. You have to. You have to. There are positives and there are negatives with all websites, with all selling platforms. But the one giant, I mean, monstrous positive for eBay is it's an international site. It's global. And if you're not utilizing their global shipping program, you're losing sales daily and weekly. You're just losing sales.
Well, I'll explain the global shipping program, Joy. If you don't know on eBay, all you got to do is click a quick button, a setting on your account to have all your items be in the global shipping program. And then for me, if I sell a book to Italy, I mail it to the eBay processing facility in Chicago. They have a few of them all over the US. I mail it to Chicago and then they ship it priority overseas. And if I can get it to Chicago, I'm guaranteed my money. There's even if it gets broke on the way to Italy, I don't have to cover that. If they want to return it, it's not a penny out of the seller's pocket. eBay covers that. So there's zero risk. Actually, I have an antique dealer friend here in central Wisconsin, and he sells on eBay and Abe Books. I think are the two main platforms he sells on. And he has so many disaster stories of with Abe Books, he has to take it to the post office and get the tracking and everything. And time after time after time, there's a $300 book going to Denmark and it gets lost or broken or whatever. And he has to cover that. And I don't know what the international insurance deal is, but like him going to the post office and shipping it for his ABE sales, he's all the time something's
Not
getting
not
internet.
to mention the current tariffs going on.
Yes, the yeah, that's a mess. The import fees and whatever else is a mess. Rare Book says, I love how eBay covers the insurance to major relief. Yep, absolutely. I love and I've had I don't know how many international returns I really get. I sell probably I probably sell 20 to 30 international orders every month. And like one time I got a return and it said, "Hey, this person opened a return. We're going to cover it. Doesn't cost you anything." And I don't know. I don't know if they get the item back, if eBay gets the item back and then they liquidate it, or if they just let the buyer internationally keep it. I'm not sure how that works exactly.
But to summarize for Joy, yes, if you're doing eBay, you need to do it's one little toggle switch you have to turn on. Once you
Yep.
turn it on in international shipping, you're good to go. It's not for each item. I mean, it automatically does all the inventory for you.
Before the global shipping program, though, nope. It's too risky to send anything overseas. I don't care if it's a $300 book. It's just too easy for international customers to rip you off. But now it's impossible. You're safe. But before, if you're sending a $40 book to Australia and it's $50 to ship it, you could lose your butt having that international sales. Did you do international sales before the global shipping program?
Always. Yeah, I did it since day
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Since day one.
Okay.
Because
You're brave.
I understood going back to the 90s and being in the bookstore, I understood the importance of international buyouts. So I had no qualms or questions about it early on.
Yep. It's huge. Especially like if I can ever get anything cool on like different parts of Asia, the Chinese buyers have it seems like unlimited money and they're pretty good bidders.
Yeah. One of the more expensive books I sold last year in 2024 was a very rare Chinese map book. The book unfolded into a 32-page map, and
Okay.
it was a Chinese buyer who bought that, and they told me that they were buying as much as they could of Chinese artifacts to get them back into their country and keep them in
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah. Someone just says, Nibble Nix. I don't recognize that name. Welcome in, Nibble Nix. says I just saw a set for $80 with 405 shipping from the US to England. Yeah, it's really weird. I look at international books as well, and some of the shipping fees seem to be reasonable and some of them seem to be insane. I think it depends carrier by carrier and price and how they're putting it on the custom form to get it over here. So, yeah, that'll get sorted out.
I do
England's
have,
pretty.
yeah, I do have a little bit of an announcement I shared with you yesterday, but I know you've already forgotten.
Okay.
You and I on our Pick Our Brain show, I think 3 weeks ago, had an unbelievable guest, Eric Poppenfuse of
Mhm.
Midtown Scholar Books. And he just verified with me, I believe yesterday, that on September 11th, 2 Thursdays from now, he will be a featured guest speaker on the Paper Gold Zoom call on Thursday night.
That's going to be amazing. He's
So
such an
yeah,
entertaining and interesting and insightful guy. I was just watching his video last, so I watched that 9,000 book estate he bought out. Insane. I'm so jealous of that estate. Holy buckets. They had huge collection of Folio Society, Easton Press, Franklin's, and then also huge collection of antique books. 9,000 books in this house.
but it also showed how organized they were, him and his employees, on
Yeah.
getting the books out of the two-story home
Yep.
and back to the store.
Yep, yep. And then the video this last Friday was him talking about catalogs. And I think it was specifically Ward catalogs.
Oh, and then
So
I think there was one in between where he was in New Orleans and he was talking about Zora Neale Hurston, who I've
yeah,
talked
yep,
about on Whatnot several occasions.
yeah. He's unbelievably knowledgeable about authors and stuff like that. And very entertaining. Go check him out.
Yeah,
Midtown Scholar.
I'm really looking forward to that because not only you and I had him on for 45 minutes, though we could have went 3 hours. Now we may be able to get him for about an hour and a half on the Zoom
Yep.
call and have a 30-minute Q&A with him with all the paper golders. So Midtown Scholar Books. Where in Pennsylvania, Ken? I forget what town.
I think is it Harrisburg? No.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Very, very beautiful bookstore. And he has kindly invited you and I to come there and do a Whatnot show anytime we want.
Yep. I mean, I would love that.
We're
I think
still
it's
thinking about it, Eric. I know you're watching or are watching on replay.
yep, he is
We're
in there.
still thinking about it. We may just knock on your door one day.
Oh, it would be so much fun. Speaking of which, speaking of traveling, me and Max have this dream of like, if there's ever a bookstore going out of business in the US, me and him going there and setting up shop for a week and just selling books until the whole bookstore is emptied out, selling it by the box, selling one at a time, and just clearing out a bookstore on Whatnot till the books are gone. But I am doing a cool little event in 2 Sundays from now. I'm going to be going to Driftless Books, which I always talk about. Yeah, I think it's definitely the biggest bookstore in Wisconsin,
Oh yeah.
and it's one of the top few in the Midwest as well. And Eddie is going to let me come there on a Sunday morning and sell books from his shop. I get to basically have pick of anything in his shop. Plus, he has storage, little storage rooms and stuff that I get to dig through and find the cool stuff. So I'm excited for that
Right.
event.
But you know what I hope though? I hope
What?
that Eddie at least makes an appearance live because Eddie is such a great person and a great
Mhm.
bookseller anyways. I
Yeah.
a little selfishly, since I interviewed him about a year ago, I want other people to who don't know who Eddie is from
Yep.
Driftless to meet Eddie.
He's a very interesting and kind character, and he loves books more than anyone, and he loves saving books. Yeah, I love books too. I like getting a car full of books, but like he's the kind of guy that when a bookstore is going out of business and the books are destined for the dumpster, he's gonna go get a 24-foot U-Haul and fill it full
Yeah.
to save them. So I'm excited for that. It'll be interesting. I mean, it may end up being a weekly thing.
Is that 2 weeks
Eddie,
or is that this Sunday?
2 weeks from now, it's the 14th.
Oh, the 14th. Okay.
I like selling books on Whatnot, and he kind of has a somewhat unlimited supply, so that could be a great relationship until it gets cold out. Anyway, then I'll stay home in my bookstore. Do you want to talk quick about my greatest book sale ever last Tuesday?
I think we have to. Not only the greatest book sale that you've done, but you've had a phenomenal week of sales on Whatnot. I think you pushed yourself on Whatnot more than I've ever seen you push yourself, to be honest. Um, and you just I mean, I don't know what your Sunday to Sunday numbers were, but they were astronomical. And I'll let you share whatever you want to share. But you did a sale that you and I have been talking about for 6 months. You probably planned it out for 3 months, and you were consistent and dedicated on sharing the show. You had well over 200 bookmarks for a book show.
Yeah.
And when you were 5 minutes in, how many people were in the room?
About 140-ish,
Yeah, I know
which
you were
is
nervous. I
why
know you were nervous.
I was nervous out of my mind. And again, I spent 2 months. I loaded stuff up a couple months in advance. I had 75 really good items, like low end $20 and $30 books up to like $400 and $500 books. I sold two 4-edge paintings. They both bought a little over $400, which for a 4-edge painting is kind of like definitely on the low end. I made a little bit of profit on both of them, but I was very happy with all the sales prices. And again, an insane crowd. I just checked the analytics for that show, and at the highest point, I had 157 viewers, which is like insanity. I think the most I've ever seen is in the high 80s, maybe, for a book sale. And again, it all came from promoting and having really good books and low starting prices and making things exciting. I did lots of giveaways. I did free shipping. I sold 99 lots. And very interestingly, I know me and Max both kind of worried, like, are some people going to run out of money by the end of the show? But it was spread out. I don't know how this is even possible, but it was spread out between 48 different buyers. So the average person only bought two items. There was a lot of people that bought one. There was a few that bought like four, five, and six in that range, but there was no like someone buying 20 items and racking up a crazy bill.
No, it 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 was divvied out fairly. I mean, it's a weird way to say it, but a lot of people got a lot of great books. I mean, maybe that's the best way to say it.
And I think one of the unique things I do is I'm pushing on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I'm pushing the Whatnot app
Right.
very hard, and I'm trying to bring in as many new book buyers as humanly possible. People are bored with eBay, scrolling through eBay listings, and everything's kind of, $100 book is listed for 120, and maybe you can haggle it down to 75 if you're lucky. What me and Max do is we put up 50 and $100 books at $1, and if it brings 30, it doesn't phase us. Like, that doesn't bother us in the slightest. And I think that's how we're able to get crowds to our shows, is because I don't mind if something sells um for 20 bucks and it's a $50 book. I think that's great advertising for me, and that's why people should come to our shows.
But I think that we also believe, me more than you, books are so plentiful that we can play a volume game and sell a lot of great books to a lot of great people.
Yeah.
And starting them off at $1, give people a fair shot to get a book they want.
Yeah.
That
Well, here's the thing.
I think the days of listing a book for $300, I think those days are almost dead.
Yeah. Yep. I do kind of agree. Unless you're in the ABAA and you're patient and you're going to wait 5 years to sell something, possibly. Well, here's an example. And hello, Jana, in the chat. She just popped in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions. Here's an example, Max. We are both kind of looking for Easton Press books on Facebook Marketplace. And there was a guy that had a set of 100 for $3,000. And I made him a kind of lowball offer. I sent him a message and he wasn't impressed. I think I kind of ticked him off. But then, and $3,000, that's like, I think they're gonna sell for 3 to 4 thousand on eBay. So whatever, if he would have sold it cheap, I would have gladly bought it. But then someone else did reach out to me recently for a different Easton Press set, and they had it priced at 1,200, which is like exactly what I'd want to pay. But 9 out of 10 Easton Press book lots on Facebook Marketplace are going to be overpriced. And that's where me and you disagree is yes, books are out there. They're everywhere. Good books are everywhere, but they're unbelievably difficult to find at prices that you can make money on. And I think that's where paper golders struggle. And you're just out here finding these amazing collections that people just throw at you on consignment or
Yeah,
ask
but it's
five.
not just consignment. I mean, I think I work very hard at getting my name out there. I work with a lot of estate sale companies. I work with a lot of companies that do house cleanouts,
Mhm.
and um, I do get calls every day. I also have probably 30 saved searches on Craigslist, 30 saved searches on Facebook Marketplace. I've I've put the work in to get results, and a day doesn't go by where I don't at least make new contact with a prospective future person
Yeah.
I'm going to do business with.
Yeah, yeah, the estate sale clean out people, those are definitely the best because they usually don't want to deal with books. And if you offer to take them all, they'll usually give you a pretty good deal. But again, I'm scrolling eBay and Facebook Marketplace and struggling to find stuff that like I might scroll for half an hour, 45 minutes on eBay and search all my different go-to searches and not find anything to buy. I mean, it's tough. And maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. I do have a couple estate sale hookups that occasionally get me deals, but it's tough. Rare Books USA has a question. He says, hypothetical question, pricing question. You have two near identical first edition rare books. One is a second printing in rough condition, and one is a third printing in very good condition. Which one gets priced higher? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I would say the one in much better condition.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
If
the
it's a
first
second printing and a
printing, yeah,
first
the
printing.
first printing is the one that everybody wants.
Yeah.
The second and third printings are either going to be reading copies or filler copies for the first edition, prospectively.
Yeah. But if you're talking $100 plus books, people I think would rather a later printing in nicer condition versus a first printing that's beat up. People are especially modern first editions, they're unbelievably picky about condition, especially the dust jackets. Um, so yeah, people modern first, they're very picky about condition.
Why do we, this just dawned on me. No, no, not joking about M. Donnelly. Why do we not have a show like we're doing now, where we're talking books,
Okay.
but we auction books while we talk about books? You do one, I do one. You do one, and we could just talk for 4 hours.
Are you talking about whatnot?
I don't think we could do that yet.
I don't know. I think the lag time on like Facebook and YouTube are too long to make it efficient to do that. But it's something. Yeah, you think about it.
That's an interesting idea where we just
Why don't you do like a Q&A session on whatnot and make it kind of more of a chit chatty social thing and then occasionally sell something. You can do that.
you know me, I'll chit chat about books for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'll do that instead of eating.
And Donnelly says this, that was my first time on the platform. It's dangerously addictive. I got into the Raid Train event and things went downhill from there, and now I'm broke. Yeah. Yep, there's a lot of really cool stuff. I would say as a buyer, it's a little bit frustrating when there's quite a few sellers out there that have the good antique books that I like, and they not all of them start things at great prices. A lot of them have them priced at whatever they think retail is, or maybe they give you a little bit of a deal off what they think retail is. And I don't think that's fun, but the $1 start and even some of the $10 start people um, are doing well and getting nice crowds and putting up cool stuff at good prices. But yes, that's what me and Max kind of rely on is the addictiveness of it
Mhm.
and people that are excited about, okay, what is the next book?
As excited as we are.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we're excited to sell the books.
Yeah.
And I think one thing people may not know is when we talk about your greatest show,
Mm-hmm.
and most of our shows, you and me, you and I talk about these shows at length and the books we want to put up, the type of shows we want to run. There's a lot of prep time. I don't want people just to think we throw books on the show and we take pictures of 10 books or 20 books and that's it. You and I extensively talk about the layout, the logistics, and how we want to have ourselves perceived across Whatnot as booksellers. I think that's
Yeah.
very important that people may not realize.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out like what the future of Whatnot is and how we think bidders and buyers how to make it a better experience for buyers. And I don't know, it's very much unknown what the future of Whatnot is. For now, it works absolutely amazingly. We don't know what other sellers are going to hop on or if they're going to try to sell the same books as us or what exactly they're going to do. I mean, it's been months of me and Max having good success, and I think some people are attempting to replicate something similar to what we do and not always having great success. It's not guaranteed that even if someone has antique books and start them at $1, that it's going to be a great show. You also need to share your show. There's other things you need to do.
Right. But yeah, I mean, and again, we talk at length about this. We talk to paper golders at length about this, and not this Wednesday. We should say this, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Kent and I will be doing our next all Whatnot Q&A show on the
Mhm.
Paper Gold Zoom. So if you're in Paper Gold, Kent and I will be doing next Wednesday an all Whatnot show.
That's next Wednesday.
Yeah, not this one,
Okay.
not this
Yeah.
one, the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. What's the date? The 10th?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Rare Books USA has a great question. Are there any book genres that have surprised you guys that sell better than you initially thought on Whatnot?
Say that
Well,
again. Say that again.
are there any book genres that do good on Whatnot that you're surprised about?
Yeah, all of them.
I'm scouring the local places. I want some Reader's Digest condensed versions.
I can send you
They
some.
I cannot believe it, but Reader's Digest condensed books on Whatnot sell, and sometimes people get in bidding wars and will pay anywhere from $5 to $15 for a Reader's Digest that me and Max have been recycling for years. But the Whatnot crowd is a little different. It's probably a little more female buyers and the more crafty kind of side of stuff.
The book
And
market is changing. The book market is changing. It's growing. And I urge and I beg everybody, if you're not selling, get into it now. If you've wanted to, now is the time to get into it. And if you're just into it, if you're newly into it, jump into the deep end because it is life changing. It is utterly life changing.
RFC says y'all need a website. Yep, Max, can you work on getting us a website?
Done.
Okay, no, you're gonna need to hire someone probably.
Right.
We could probably have a website. I mean, we already get some pretty nice crowds. I'm impressed with our little YouTube show, Max. I really am.
I don't get the chat today, so I don't know what we got.
That's okay. That's okay. We're all caught up.
Mm. How many
Um,
people? How many people?
20 people watching.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Joy says my local thrift store has a ton of them. Yeah, Joy. Reader's Digest. If you want to try selling on Whatnot, get those Reader's Digest stacked up. It's not guaranteed to be a good sale, but I'm seeing lots of people sell them.
Just
And
buy 10. Joy, just buy 10. Just buy 10.
Yeah,
Just buy 10.
if there, yeah, I would think the local thrift store. Well, you never. I mean, Max, the world is changing. We might be behind the ball on Reader's Digest. They
Well,
could be the next hot
if
thing
it
for.
changes, I do know where I can get about 1,000 of them.
I think you need to try selling it, but Max is too dignified to sell Reader's Digest condensed
Wow.
version.
Wow. Look at him throwing shade at me.
That's the exact reason, I think. Right?
Sure.
Uh RFC says you both have tons of books and some of us can't always catch your show. Well, Max is selling every day, almost every afternoon. I'm selling Sunday mornings, Tuesday nights. Plus, I do. I'm gonna start doing some random. I don't know if I want to get on a consistent schedule with other nights. I like the Sunday, Tuesday, and then doing pop ups, and that seems to work well. Um, Aaron says I just required a Reader's Digest dictionary. Well, I hope it didn't cost too much.
I got another one if you need one.
You have a Reader's Digest dictionary handy? Okay, you can find this one though. All right. Anything else?
No, I mean I wanted to talk about Eric coming on to Paper Gold.
Do you want you have the sheet? How to join?
If anyone's interested,
Yep. You can just Google Patreon Paper Gold. It's that simple. It'll be the first link at the top. You join. It's $20 a month. It's a great online book selling community with about 140 plus booksellers. And we focus on everything. We're getting more and more people that are either own bookstores or sell at antique malls and stuff like that. We have lots of Amazon sellers, eBay sellers, whatnot sellers. It's definitely quite a group. People all over the country.
and let me throw this out. I let me throw this out. If there are people in the chat right now who are unsure about this, it's $20 a month. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you join and you don't like it and you quit within the 30-day period, I will send them back $30.
Oh, I was gonna say 20.
No, I'm going to give them 10 more for their time.
Wow.
So all they have to
you
do
give
is
me $30.
yep, all they have to do is sign up. $20 a month. If they do not like it, if it's not a fit for them, I will give them 30 back for trying. And
Yep, and I will say
I want to add, we capped it off at 150. We only have about 9 or 10 spots left.
well, that's great because Art Turner just asked how many spots left.
Yeah, and that's not a sales play. That's true numbers right there.
Yep. Yeah, and we have 3 meetings a week. They're all different topics and stuff like that, different formats. There's a Discord where you can ask all the questions. There's insanely knowledgeable people about all kinds of different books and selling platforms and stuff like that. It's definitely worth it. Plus, there's people all over the country that are making deals. I can't tell you how many people I've done deals with, whether it's selling or consigning, buying books, selling books to tons of people in the group. It really is a great network. We have a couple more questions. RFC says get Phil on sometimes. Our friend Phil, the book peddler. We'll get him on at some point. Yeah,
And
actually,
if anybody needs me, my number's right here.
Yeah, yep, that side.
There's my phone number if you have questions.
867-5309. I think is got your number. Rare Books USA says already signed up for the full second year. Yep, I do think you get a little discount if you sign up for a year. I need to do that at some point. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay in the group though, you know. RFC says he wants $30 in a Reader's Digest if he decides he doesn't want to be in the group.
I will give him $50 of Reader's Digest.
Oh, no, I know he wants $50 and a Reader's Digest.
Oh, I'll give him his money back in a box of Reader's Digest.
He says 30, but you know, with the value, Reader's Digest are worth about $7-8 a piece. So all you gotta do is
I will send him a box of Reader's Digest.
That's fair if he quits.
Anybody who signs up today will get a box. I'll send them a box of Reader's Digest.
Oh, send me a box. I want a box.
No. Save some books for everybody else, Ken.
Send me. There's plenty to go around. Joy Brandon in the chat is one of the newest members. She just joined a couple weeks ago here and says lots of information. It's a great investment. Yep, absolutely. If you're into books, buying, selling, collecting, it's definitely worth it. All right, we good?
I'm good. I'm excited about everything we talked about.
We're caught up on the chat. It was a great show. I'm not sure we'll come with another cool topic next week as well.
We're gonna find the one you should have had today.
Yeah, I have no idea what you wanted for the title. Should have wrote it down.